When I was a little old lad, just like most little lads, I'd spend all my time on the web. To me, the computer was a magical box containing all the wonderful things people were making about the stuff they and I loved. AMVs, crossover edits, Vine compilations, animation memes, fan art, fan fiction, and blogs. This was the peak of Rise of the Tangled Brave Dragons, and it was indeed peak. I was completely in awe of the people out there casually making incredible stuff for fun. I find it so special to witness dedication to a craft in others, to know that there's so much passion out there and that it could reach me, and that I could perhaps just reach back. Well, for some time I made absolutely nothing. As an 11-year-old with no disposable income, I had no means to get the equipment I needed, and it wasn't like I could just ask for a computer out of nowhere. My father gave me his old heavy laptop that was 4 times the size of my head and made sounds that would make a pilot nostalgic. I was overjoyed. All my niche interests that had nowhere to go in real life could finally find a community. Little old me made my own account where I would post my own fan art. Over the years, I amassed a following. I made friends, got inspired, and grew alongside with other teenagers I would never ever see. People would engage with my art, and therefore me. I spent 5 years of my life making art daily. That was kind of what used to make the internet attractive, wasn't it? That you could connect with someone across the globe because you both loved the same thing. Creating something today and sharing it is the easiest it has ever been, technically. Because in many ways, it's not as easy as it used to be. Why is that? While the internet has grown, it has also kind of collapsed in of itself. It has changed from hundreds of indie spaces to a few large social platforms juggling billions of people. This has caused the individual us to have less and less control over who sees us. 10 years ago, if I posted something on Instagram and hashtagged it, the majority of the people who saw what I posted would be my followers, and then there would be a small minority coming along from people who checked out the hashtags I used. If my post was good, it would gain traction because of these people sharing it. Today, none of the big social media platforms function this way. The majority of the posts we see are from people we do not follow, nor is it a habit to check hashtags anymore. We are all fed from an algorithmic feed made for us. This feed's goal is not to find things you like. Its true goal is to keep you on the feed through all means necessary. If showing you stuff you detest every 10 okay posts is what keeps you online, that's what it will do. On the other side, if something you post enrages someone else, it has no second thoughts about exposing you to someone who will absolutely hate what you do. You have no control of who you see or who sees you. You're always performing under the watchful eye of the court of the public opinion. There has been many instances of beginner artists getting thousands of hate comments out of nowhere. People get recorded and posted online without their consent all the time. One might say, so what? This by itself is nothing new, right? There's nothing you can do that won't be ridiculed on the internet. There has always been a sinister side to the web. Anonymity can make people incredibly cruel. But cruelty from individuals is different to systematic cruelty. In this case, the system being the algorithms and their rich tech overlords. They have seen how much they can profit from outrage and now make it more easy for people to tear each other apart. The radicalization effect this has had on people have been explored by many. I won't be one of them today. What interests me today is the receiving end. This cycle has resulted in a generation of people afraid of doing anything, including myself. We have grown up with the looming threat that we will be thrown to the wolves whenever the algorithm rules. When you know you might become prey, you start to act like it. There's this thing called self-monitoring. It's that quick glance you make after a joke to see if everyone's still laughing or if you need to immediately backpedal. Totally normal, totally human. The problem is when you're doing it constantly, even when there's no one around. That's when it starts eating at you. A psychoanalyst named Horney wrote about this in the 1950s. Her thing was that we split ourselves into who we actually are and who we think we're supposed to be. And we just live in that gap, picking ourselves apart for never quite measuring up to the second one. That's just from existing as a normal person in a normal life. So what happens to you when you feel like you're being watched all the time? When the audience is potentially everyone. Always. You turn into this husk of a human being. No art, no overt reactions, no book on your hand, no blog, no journal. You don't love, you consume and digest, and you forget. If you can be ruined for any opinion, you might as well have none at all. If at every moment there's a devil on your shoulder telling you to be normal, and if this devil is on everyone's shoulder, you all become the perfect consumer. If you do not create, you can be sold the creation. If you do not feel, That void in you is free to be filled. I will never forgive them for what they did to the computer. Editron. So true, bestie, and I shall never forgive them for what they did to the internet. Kids used to write novel-sized fanfics on Wattpad, create personalized blogs, actually reblog stuff, talk to each other inside MMOs. When was the last time you actually did talk to someone on the other end of the globe? All of these things are significantly harder to do, unavailable, paywalled, or otherwise in spaces full of ads. The best thing humanity has ever created is deteriorating, and it's poisoning us as it does. The permanence of the internet is terrifying. Sure, having a tangible digital footprint is creepy. But the ephemeral nature of the internet is equally scary. We treat the internet as if it will always be there. Hell, I'm writing this video as a few days ago, AO3, possibly the biggest archive of indie writing, shut down for an entire day. The internet is not a constant. Everything good about it today can be destroyed tomorrow. The full story of how we got here is honestly beyond me and definitely beyond this video. People way smarter than me have written about it at length. Cory Doctorow's Enshittification being the one that basically inspired this video more than anything in terms of research and topic. If any of this made you angry enough that you want the whole picture, start there. It's a book that well deserves its hype. As for me though, I'm fortunate enough to know the internet was not always like this. I've seen firsthand of how wonderful it can be, but the version of the internet that made me who I am does not really exist anymore. For a while I had lost hope that it ever could be like that again, but then something showed me of what the internet could still be. You're watching one right now. It's kind of funny that the video essay even exists right now. The whole internet is doing everything it can to shrink your brain into mush. AI slop, infinite scrolling, posts that are just screenshots of other posts that are also screenshots of other posts. 15-season series posted 30 seconds at a time. And then there's this person on YouTube who's like, okay, so there's something I cannot stop thinking about. Walk with me. And you do. You just do. What makes the essay so interesting is the intertwining of a topic and the author's self. Your goal might be to learn more about a topic, but instead of just absorbing information, it's like you're having a conversation with someone who's truly passionate. I find that genuinely radical in the sense that it really shouldn't exist right now, and yet it does, and it keeps finding people. The video essay as a form keeps on getting bigger and bigger. Clearly people love this. Clearly this is still wanted. Truly though, I didn't really do this amount of introspection about how the video essay was this grandiose thing until one particular video got stuck in my head. The Golem and the Jewish Superhero by Jacob Geller is probably my favorite video of all time. It's a beautiful, thoughtful, and personal exploration of how Jewish identity, trauma, survival, and hope are encoded into the superhero myth. Jacob cares so much about this topic. His words are laced with love and compassion and nostalgia. How personal the subject is to its maker elevates this video tremendously. A topic I had no relation to that I now care deeply about because a fellow human made me care. I think about how many more things like that are out there waiting for me. And I think about all the people who could make me care about them, but never will because they talk themselves out of it. I don't want to be one of those people. I don't want to talk myself out of it anymore. So I was back to being a little lad, admiring someone miles away because they were able to reach me and I wanted to reach back. Here I am and here you are. Isn't that something? After everything, the algorithms, the centralization, the corporatization, and the slow erosion of all the things that made this place feel like home, we are still here. I think this is a sacred moment. I have made something with care and love, and you have watched it to its end. You and I, while separated in time and place, are connected with the most beautiful thread: art. I hope you continue the cycle. I hope you make something with love, and that someone somewhere delights in it, so that our threads may create a web that truly fulfills humanity's greatest desire: connection. Ooh, I'm so excited for this part. Thank you again for watching. If you would like to find me on other social media, here's where. If you like the video, I would appreciate a like and subscribe. See you in the next one.